How's it going, everyone? This is Harris Kruskic, BR's MMA reporter, live from the BR Dungeon. And today we are here with Molly McCann. Molly, how's it going?
Going boss, mate. I'm absolutely buzzing to be here in New York. How are you?
I'm great. It's fight week. You take on Erin Blanchfield at UFC 281. The first question I have is, when the UFC came to you with this fight, how much did you know about Blanchfield?
Yeah, I watch every UFC show from top to bottom. I've seen every one of the fights. I was given the date and then 2 hours later the opponent. And it's something that I chomped at the bit for. So it's the fight I wanted.
Yeah, she's ranked 12th in the division. Would be quite a big step up. You've gained quite a few fans over the last year. How much has your life changed because of it?
It's like night and day. The notoriety and the validation I've received for my hard work has been amazing. The financial side's changed, which is an absolute pleasure. It's the bit that you really hope happens. Do you know, I feel like a lot of us fighters fight for the prestigiousness and the prestige to do so, but when you're taken care of, it's it makes you feel a little bit more wanted and special, and that's good. Less stress and more money to invest with income. So it's all good. It's hard sometimes when you can't just be you anymore. You can't just go for a walk without being noticed. Because I'm very, very fortunate to be from a really cool place, and you don't kind of get a minute, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
You bring up the fact that you fight for slightly different reasons than maybe a lot of fighters do. I would put you and Paddy kind of in that same category where you guys are very much rooted in your city in Liverpool. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that your city means so much to you that you feel the need to continue to kind of put money into the city and come up with it?
The cities gave me everything, and it's who I am. It made my family, it's made me friends. We're a different kind of person where I'm from, and you'll have that in America, or you'll have that in different parts of Brazil and Canada and Australia. And there's just something in the air. Like, you know, when you come to New York, there's just the people are a bit different. You have to grind. There's non-stop. You back your own. It's a little bit like the Irish people. If one of us does well, we all do. Our city's faced a lot of adversity, just like a lot of others have. And the way that we've beat that and overcome that is by sticking together. The people are one, and we are together. So I think it's important to shine a light on your community. We're in a position that most don't ever achieve, and we need to share the love as best we can and help the best that we can. And I'm trying to be like a mirror. So when the eyes are on me, I shine the eyes on the city, and Patrick's exactly the same. And I'd like to give more from my city than I've ever taken from it.
It's very well said. Is it true, and now I'm really going into the hard-hitting questions, is it true that your Meatball nickname comes from you working at Subway?
It is. When I was at college, I didn't get a student loan. I had to work the whole way through. So I used to go work the shift and then go to the gym. And my coach, Paul Rimmer, was like, Meatball, Molly, you smell of meatballs. So that was it, mate. Ever since then, I am the meatball.
So when was the last time you actually ate there? I feel like your diet's probably a little different than when you were in college.
One of the last ones I can really remember was when I won the Cage Warriors world title. I had a foot-long BMT with extra cheese on fight day. I would never do that now, but back then, you know.
I was like, okay, cool, that's a really good order, and then you said it was on fight day. That's different. It's a little. You must have already made
That's
weight,
all.
so
That's all me. That's all. Yeah, I made weight. I made weight. I made weight.
Well done. So I don't know if this is the case in the UK, but my biggest take on Subway in the US is that the quality has gone really down. I don't know if you feel the same way, if Paddy feels the same way, but I think it's totally different from when I grew up.
The best thing about Subway is the cookies.
Mm. Yeah, that's a good take. I like that. The
That's it.
white chocolate macadamia. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a good one. Are you wearing the Rolex that Drake gifted you and Paddy after winning the last fight? When you received the watch, was it like how did that process go? Did he like DM you guys? Did you guys just receive it backstage?
So the pressure I felt of his parlay was enormous. And then after it, obviously Dana had given me howl ahead and I was drunk. So I had DM'd him, but I think it was a reply to his story that he put on, and I was like, lad, you got to sort us out there with your winnings. Can I have a rollie? And then Paddy was like, yeah, I want a rollie. So Paddy asked for a presidential and I asked for a Daytona. And then Paddy was in San Diego and they came and dropped it to him. And then my manager, I was in England because I was in camp for this fight. He brought me mine. But I sent him a message of thank you because he didn't need to. Do you know what I mean? It could have been a bit of a like, oh, just say it. But he's made enough money off us, hasn't he?
Oh, absolutely. No, you absolutely deserve the Rolex. Um, you mentioned getting drunk after your most recent fight during the event. I think you're the first fighter I've ever seen do that, and the fans were absolutely loving it.
That was I think, I don't know. It goes back to Paddy loves his food and I love my alcohol. But I do like to have the second the contractors don't drink. And I remember the pressure and the magnitude of that fight was exponential. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, Hunter came over to me and went, this is off Dana. No, actually, I got out of the cage and Joanny and Jacek and Michael Chandler gave me a shot of Howlerhead, and that's what kickstarted it.
Can we expect a similar thing to happen if you beat Erin Blanchfield on Saturday?
No whiskey for me, but I'll be on the Guinness. It's all my Irish bars are here, so I'll be on the Guinness.
Yeah, a good place for a good Guinness is actually New York. A lot of people don't know that, but I mentioned Paddy. Why isn't Paddy on this card? I remember him saying to us that you two were a dual package for any event. So what happened?
It's tax. He wasn't paying 40% tax.
Fair enough. You know, it is
That's
what it
what, yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's fighting in a couple weeks. I'm sure we'll talk to him ahead of his fight as well. But Molly, thank you for the time. Best of luck on Saturday, and please stay healthy throughout the rest of the fight week.
Thanks for not being boring with your questions.